Greetings, programs! Welcome back to CK2. And as I said last time, as I realised last time, that because it's a new queen on the English throne, I think this time round we're just going to immediately press our claim for Shrewsbury, at least once our retinues get back from Finland. But before that, before I unpause, before I do anything else, I have uncovered a mystery. Yeah, I don't have any conception as to how this has happened, but this barony here, the barony of Tetyushi, somehow, this guy is my vassal. I have absolutely no explanation for this. I am thoroughly baffled and bamboozled and completely uncomprehending. I don't know. I don't even begin to know how this has happened. But it has, and the only reason I realised it had happened because I was looking through the council screen at possible replacement councillors just before I started recording, and I noticed, hey, this guy's got really good stewardship score, but I don't recognise his barony. I don't recognise why I would have a. I don't realise why I'd have a Volga character, but somehow. I don't know. I just mind blown by the just complete strangeness of this. I literally have no comprehension as to how this could have happened. None at all. How? I mean, what? I don't know. Anyway, there we go. We've got a little outpost of Scottishness all the way over there in. Where would this be? I don't know. I'm guessing on the banks of the Volga River. There we go. Yeah, this is the Volga. Somehow, at some point, this lone baron over there has decided to be my vassal. Did he come in with it infed and I've just not noticed all this time? I don't know. I really don't know. I've got no clue. It's just bizarre and strange, and Crusader Kings 2. That's what it is. It's Crusader Kings 2. So, like I said, yeah, we're going to get this army back, and apparently we're being called into a war. Aquitaine. This is Aquitaine. Aquitaine is okay, sure, why not? There's no point taking a minor prestige hit. Actually, talking of France and Spain, Castile, we already knew that they were both. He's at war with both, isn't he, actually? Wow, he's a bit screwed. They're both ruled by Capetian kings. But Portugal is now as well. Portugal's got a young 15-year-old Occitan Capet. So he's not even Castilian or Portuguese, he's Occitan. So, I don't know, he's got a claim on France, he's got a claim on Aquitaine, which of course is held by Castile at the moment, so. Yeah, again, I have no idea how that happened, but anyway, I wonder who his immediate family are. His father was the previous king of Portugal, was apparently a Capet, and her mother. Okay, there we go. It went back to a non-matrilineal marriage, a queen who married a Capet, and then of course the Capets inherited. So that was a hard war. I had to fight hard for that one. I don't. Anyway, sometimes the AI does that and it just derps out, and it should, by all rights, take a matrilineal marriage and then doesn't. Anyway, to improve your stewardship and better learn how to administrate the realm, it strikes you that it might be a good idea to conduct a survey of the land. Trustworthy men would have to be sent out to every corner of your domains and to record their findings. This information will then be collected into a single great tome. So a bit referenced going back to the Domesday book here, but sure, why not? It's a pity that there's not, for England, a specific chain of events. Is this my wife? Yes, my wife has just died. Okay, we could marry again, actually, but King Adinfed's nearly 60 himself. He's probably not that much longer for this world, although you never know. There might be like another 15 years left in him yet. It's possible. So yeah, I guess we could try and find him another wife. Anyone that would get me a nice She's 9. I mean, some of these people it might be worth having an alliance with, but others I'm not sure. Navarra could marry or betrothed to a princess of Navarra. 60-year-old man betrothed to a 12-year-old girl. That's not slightly creepy at all. But then stuff like that did happen. Princess of Sicily? Yeah, okay, let's go with the Norman Princess of Sicily. And although Sicily's not really a lot to look at, it would be kind of funny if we inherited Sicily as well, but nothing can top that. Nothing can top having this one barony on the banks of the Volga somehow. Anyway, I can get gold or I can get prestige. We've already got plenty of prestige, so we will take the gold even. Thank you very much. Right, so that's my troops back. We can stand down these ships and oh, they're voting for someone else apparently. Yeah, somebody did suggest they're going for mace again, aren't they? Somebody did suggest just destroy the titles, which is an extraordinarily kind of gamey thing to do. And it's, I mean, you can do that with a gavel kind. In fact, it's almost preferable to only ever have one primary title as if you have gavel kind laws. With Tanistry, I was hoping to keep it together by just sheer dint of everybody voting for the same person, but for some reason they're starting to vote for different people. And we could roll with it, but it would be a bit of a setback, and it would introduce an extra element that, I don't know, it depends. Do I want that extra bit of difficulty of having to engineer successions and try and get the same people to hold all the crowns? Or do I just want to destroy the titles and take the reputation hit and then absolutely ensure that it will all flow smoothly and I can continue my conquests without having to worry about keeping everything in the fold? Because I don't need that much more of England. I need 10 or 11 more English provinces and I can create Britannia. So that's, you know, the Duchy of Lancaster and the Duchy of York, and then that's all York, and then maybe, I don't know, East Anglia or Huys. I mean, that's not even part of England. That's part of Wales, so I don't even need to try and get Cornwall. So yeah, there's plenty of opportunities for, I mean, England's now considerably weaker these days. So I don't know. It's tough because having those titles, like kingdom titles, give you a fair whack of prestige every month. I get nearly 2.5 prestige every month just from having those kingdom titles, and that's far more than anything else. All my vassal barons alone give me 0.35. My held baronies, my held counties, it's kind of like the rest of it doesn't almost even really add up, although it probably does. Apart from vassal duchies, and vassal duchies are worth a lot of prestige as well. So I'm kind of loath to do it, but I'm kind of loath to lose control like that again. So unless, I mean, it would be nice to have Mace on the throne, but he's not even in the running for some of these other places. So we're actually, I think we're going to do it. I think Scotland too. It is incredibly gamey, but it's going to cost me 400 prestige, and all the vassals will have -50 opinion. So we might end up with like a civil war or something. But we're going to do it. We're going to do it. So there we go. That's not going to happen. And you know what? We can create that kingdom title again at some point. But for now, we're just going to leave it. But yeah, that's going to seriously annoy some of these dukes. So it's taken a big opinion hit. Some of them still quite like me actually, but -50 is a big hit, and let's hope it doesn't bite us in the ass later. That's not without risks doing that. So let's get this war against England started, and they're actually attacking. Let's see, they're allied with Norway, I guess. Yeah, they're allied with Norway. So that's, I think... Oh, well, and the Holy Roman Empire. That could be interesting. I've just noticed, actually, a Salian. They've got a Salian heir. What do you want to bet if he actually lives long enough to inherit, there's going to be get more civil wars with some other caption guy claimant pressing a throne claim and trying to take the crown? It's almost inevitable. Anyway, but they are engaged elsewhere at the moment, so let's get this party started. I actually could press a couple of claims for other people. Apparently, the Prince Bishop of Durham. I could claim York. I could claim Gloucester for a McJedi. There's a whole bunch of claims I could press. Actually, I could claim Gloucester for the Count of Gwent. I've got a de jure claim on both Cornwall and Devon. And, of course, this de jure claim on Shrewsbury. Maybe we should press one of these other claims, actually. I'm kind of minded to go for York. Because he would be a vassal bishop. And although he's got what is part of Northumberland at the moment, if I could get enough of York to usurp York, which is just literally it's these 3 provinces, okay, so I'd need at least one more, but still, yeah, that would be an archbishop that I wouldn't have to create myself, basically. So that's the one I'm tempted to go for, actually, having looked at that list. But I don't know, what else was available? Where's Gloucester? There's Gloucester. That's for the Duke of Deheubarth. Or I could claim it for... Now, who's she? Katarzyna McJedi. Let's actually have a quick look at her. Or I could actually just click... Where are we? Claimants. There we go. Right, who is she? She's not in my court. She is married. She's 47. And her heirs are Buchanans. They're Scots. So it wouldn't stay in the McJedis, but it would actually... I don't... Would they become... Yes, they would, actually. They would become a vassal, because she is a McJedi. So it doesn't matter that her heirs aren't McJedis. She would become a vassal. Ah, this is tough. I can either go for York or I can go for Gloucester, because either of them is really tempting. But York is quite a tasty province to have. So, yeah, because he's already a vassal, I'm pretty sure he would remain a vassal, I think. It's one of these things where I'm not entirely sure. We can actually mouse over and check. If I was the de jure liege... I'm not actually sure, because I'm not his de jure liege, you know. And he's not of the same dynasty. Maybe I should play it safe and claim Gloucester for... where are we? Katarzyna, or however you say that name. Because she definitely will become my vassal, because she's a McJedi, even though I'm not her de jure. Yeah, okay, we'll play it safe. I actually quite want York, but we'll play it safe. So we'll press a claim for Gloucester. I can... Where are we? I can raise my own troops. So we'll... Where are we? Get that army there. And then get all the other armies together in Cumberland. And we'll form up and we'll march down to siege bits of England. And they've actually already got, of course, this war. So hopefully, is that some internal... The Yorkist Leicesterian de jure war over Leicester. Interesting. Okay, that's a bit of internal rumblings. So, yeah, we'll just get this army to form up. Why am I... Oh, yeah, that's right, because I got remarried, so maybe her stats aren't very good. No, her stewardship stats not great. Queen Millicent. There you go. Right, He favours somebody as something. Well, we've got 2 crowns to juggle. That might be enough for going on with. It's a bit sad I had to destroy the crown of Scotland too, but yeah, I hadn't really even considered it until somebody suggested it. Whoever it was, I can't remember now. In the chat. This isn't Twitch. In the comments. So it's. Oh, hello. That's a big army. Let's go for them. If I can smash that army, that's going to be worth a fair bit of war score. Also, maybe turn that down a bit. Oh no, we also trade post siege. Right, also, there was somebody who could get married. Sarah Furch Thibaud. Or Thibault, however you say that. Ah, King of Portugal doesn't have anyone that's fairly prestigious. Let's marry her off to the King of Portugal, who's kind of French. Also, we've got a prisoner. Are they worth money? Go on, please be worth money. Yes! 10 gold. No, they don't have 10 gold. Hold on. Right, let's just merge those armies. Okay, we must have better generals than this, actually. Yeah, we do. We really do. Right. We can actually have King Edinfed himself in charge, but he's not the greatest general. So we'll just put better generals in charge and kick all their butts. So yeah, it's a pity that I probably should have looked for a wife with a better stewardship skill, actually, but I was looking for alliances instead. Which is not necessarily a bad thing, it's just it means I'm now 2 over my vassal limit instead of 1. And that's a little unfortunate, but we'll try and hold on to it for as long as we can. Right, we're beating up this main army. Have they called anybody in? Not so far. So that's already worth 44 war score. That's been worth a buttload. So we actually might as well just, instead of wasting our time sieging York, we'll march our armies down and siege Gloucester, because obviously that's the object of the war, is pressing this claim on Gloucester. And the sooner we can do that, the better, because, of course, that gives us a bit of ticking war score, but not a huge amount. It doesn't work quite the way it does in later games like Victoria and EU4. I've actually been playing a bit of Victoria recently because they've finally put out a beta patch, which, as far as I can understand, basically has been... should we split the army and... Oh, not all of them. This is a bit risky, but we'll just try keeping on beating up their armies before they can form into bigger armies. Yeah, from what I can figure out, it's some of the Paradox devs essentially doing it in their spare time. And it came out on Steam, and for the first time in like forever, Victoria 2 now properly runs through Steam, which it really never has before, which is nice. And it seems a lot more stable. I think there's been a lot of minor and not so minor fixes. So yeah, it's all right, but it's quite a slow-paced experience, Victoria 2, especially the early game. It's a lot of just not a lot. It's a lot of fast forwarding and waiting for things to build and using your limited national focus powers to try and encourage bits of your country to develop and encourage bits of industry to develop and try and shift the politics of your country, and it's all very slow paced, and I'm not sure it'd make a good video series especially. I really hope they do a Victoria 3 at some point, because there's a lot of just the core mechanics they could stand to change. Anyway, the men you sent to survey the land have returned. You have a precise count of the households down to how many cows they own. This was a wise initiative, and your stewardship ability has increased. So that's actually taken me up to stewardship of 6. So I'm actually now only 1 over just from having that extra 2 stewardship, which is really nice. There was a bigger army there, and I don't know what happened to it. Maybe bits of it ended up getting disbanded, or maybe it's marching off down south somewhere and it's going to pop up and give me a nasty surprise. I really hope not. But anyway, yeah, normally I don't split my armies like this, but in this case we seem to have caught them sufficiently on the hop that I don't think it's really a big risk to do so. Oh, there we go. There's that army of over 1,000 up in Derby. It's always seemed... It's one of those little peculiarities of, well, one of the many, many peculiarities of place names in Britain, where it looks like it should be Derby, but it's actually Derby. And, oh, that was someone else. Actually, we could have just flicked past that too quickly. Got married. Oh, God, who was that? I don't know. Somebody somewhere who... Is she in the court? She'll be in the court. There she is. Sidonie McJedi. And... Wait, didn't we... Did she die already? What's-her-face that got married to King Sancho of Portugal? No? I don't... Okay. I thought we'd gone through with or did that just not happen and I wasn't paying attention? Oh, let's try it anyway. Go marry a king. There we go. I could swear I clicked that already with a different McJedi, but apparently not, or it was rejected and I just didn't pay attention. Okay, that's definitely accepted, right? I'm not going crazy. Okay, if it pops up again, then that's definitely gonna make me question my sanity slightly. Okay, in theory, I should actually just be able to attack this Yorkist army and get a bit of extra war score out of it. In theory. And the same for this Huaisian army, I guess you'd call it. Someone was actually asking why the name of the country's flipped to Alba rather than Scotland. And I suppose if you're newer to the game, you might not know that certain titles, like for instance Huais, depending on that can sometimes be Gloucester, and it all depends on the culture of the person holding it. So there are certain cultures and certain titles where if a character of that culture holds that title, it will change to a different name. So that's what's happened with a Welsh character holding the Scottish throne. It's become Alba. And that just the game just does that automatically. But of course, if you rename a title, as I've done with Ireland and Wales, that's never going to flip. Although there might be, I don't know, there might be some way of modding it in so that it flips titles when you know, a fake Scottish character takes the throne or something. I don't know. That might be a thing that's moddable. In fact, surely that's the thing that's moddable. But I don't know enough about modding CK2 at all. I've got very, very little knowledge on the subject. It's actually, I mean, it's not that hard to do some basic modding, because a lot of the information in CK2 is in files that are just open with a plain text editor like Notepad Plus or whatever. So you can open them up and you can poke around, but there are times when you need to look up, you know, which bits change which things in game and what dependencies you have to have. You know, what if you want to have one thing happen in a file, what other files you need to have that are altered or whatever to have that happen. And it gets complicated fast, but the basics of it aren't that difficult. In theory, anyone can do it. Whereas trying to mod other games, sometimes you end up needing special programs, special tools to do it. Doing stuff like creating sound mods for World of Tanks, for instance, ends up being very complicated and very fiddly. And it's probably why a lot of sound mods, you might see a sound mod come out and it'll run for a few patches, and then whoever's running it gets bored of having to constantly go through the same fiddly process of updating it every time. So I suspect that's why there's so few like Gnome Fathers that have any longevity. But it's probably, I mean, that's probably fair to say that about a lot of mods for a lot of games anyway. If they rely on one specific person just keeping it going and always updating it, then if that person ends up busy with other things, or they just run out of steam, or they stop being interested in the game, and no one else wants to pick up the mod, then you end up with very good mods just falling by the wayside, unfortunately. Anyway, let's just keep stomping on these little armies. There's not much danger of them getting enough troops together to really seriously be a threat. And of course this is all helping my war score by 1% here and 1% there, so that's all fine. So we'll take out this army in Oxford. We've almost got the first level of siege in Gloucester. And then I guess we'll march this army up through Northampton and take out these guys. And there's enough disparity between the army sizes that we can just wipe out their entire armies, basically. So 79% war score. This is going nice and quick. We could actually start fabricating a claim. Do I want to do that, Lancaster? We will be on cooldown effectively with a truce for a while, though. That's the only thing. Barracks have been built. Good, good. Wherever that was. Oh, there we go. Yes, my primary holding in Dublin. So that's fine. We've got a pretty decent amount of cash at the moment. We'll hold on to it. We're at the stage with a lot of my holdings where it's the more expensive things that are left to be built. I'm going to be good. She might fancy me, but I'm going to be good and get 10 piety out of it. Okay, I guess we might just have this army start sieging Oxford now. Bit of extra war score. In fact, we could actually even just march them into Gloucester, and that will speed up the sieging process generally. Dangerous factions. Oh, Lower Crown Authority. Hello. Now, I wonder how much of that is to do with... They're all technically under the Crown of Alba now. All these people that were in Scotland too. So, yeah, that might be why we've suddenly got this faction gaining strength for lowering Crown Authority, which is not good. Yeah, Connacht, Ulster, and Leinster. So this is one Scottish Duke and 3 Irish Dukes. So that's the unintended negative consequences of destroying that crown. Is now there's this Lower Crown Authority a faction has really gathered pace, and I might have to give in to their demands. We'll see. Although between them, they just about when it says that where are we? Oh yeah, no, I probably will have to give in. Actually, they can muster nearly 13,000 men, and I don't think I can even get that at all at the moment. So yeah, if that came to pass, if they demanded Lower Crown Authority, which I really don't want to do, I think I might have to accede. So yeah, that's I don't know, karma or something for having destroyed that crown and made them really very unhappy about it. Gerberga Salian has left my court for the Knights Templar. Oh, because she's married to... oh, my son, Sion McJedi, has actually become the Grand Master of the Knights Templar. That's kind of cool. Anyway, yes. So how's this siege going? So I really don't think we're in... They can get more troops than me. I don't think we're in a shape to fight this this particular civil war, if it should loom. And it probably will. They have enough men to make the demands. They have enough power. Is he actually... No, he's in the prisons of the Queen of England, whose name I can't quite pronounce. We do have one prisoner that we can possibly ransom. No, they don't have any interest. Or just... Screw it, we'll just toss him out on the street then. Right, here we go. 100% war score. She is accepting it, and is that just a... There we go. Whew, it was just a map glitch thing. It was just taking the map a day to catch up. So we now have the Countess of Gloucester being my heir, and of course it's going to be a Buchanan after that, but that's fine. That's in the realm. That's all we needed. So we'll merge those, disband the regular troops, march my troops back up, and... Although we can... Have we got the martial training troops? If we get the martial training troops, we can bump that number up a little bit more. Yeah, that's got me an extra 400 or 500 troops. But I suspect this faction's probably... I can't see that not coming to pass. Can I possibly persuade some of these people? Can I award some honorary titles and... make them think slightly better of me? Can I send a gift? 109 gold. Jeez. That's expensive. We'll see what the rest of them want first. He should like me a little bit more because he's already of my family. But anyway, the Macduffs. Duke Robert Macduff. Let's see. Oh, God, he wants even more. 184 gold. Good grief. I can't give him an honorary title either. God, these people are expensive. Duke of Albany, who actually really likes me, but he also really wants lower crown authority, apparently. You could be the High Almoner. We'll bump that up even more. Actually, what would it cost to give him a gift? It's a pity you can't explicitly 132 bribe people to get out of factions. I mean, you can, which I might actually try even. Who's the most powerful out of these? Like Ulster, maybe? I could send my spy master, and what spy masters can do is they can give you if did I pick the right thing even? I think so. Build spy network. Oh no, it's scheme. You don't want. Oh, I clicked the wrong one. Whoops. Yeah, if you send your spy master, you can basically like discourage vassals from joining factions, or you can get an event pop up that. Oh, hello. So this is already a pop-up from my spy master. You can basically tell them not to, threaten them with exposure if they join factions, but they can still just laugh in your face and say, well, I'm going to do it anyway. Yeah, there's a rumor in Ulster one of the local nobles might be corrupt. Handled wisely, this information might be used to implicate one of your enemies here. So we'll say, use it as you see fit. And actually, is he... Yeah, the Duke of Leinster, who's my spy master, is actually one of the people who wants the lower crown authority as well. I could send him to spy on himself. It's funny, in earlier versions of CK2, it was possible. You'd get silly events of the game popping up messages telling you that somebody was plotting to kill themselves. Yeah, it was a bit silly. Right, the faction leader himself, the Duke of Moray, we can give him Seneschal and send gifts. 53, okay, he's actually by far the cheapest person to send a gift to, so we might as well send him here. But he's got that permanent minus 50 because he wants Moray and Ross, which I'm not willing to give him because they form an important part of my northern power base, and I can't really there's not that much room for expansion. There's 2 possible baronies in Dublin, there's 1 possible barony in Northumberland, so that would be 3, but I'd be losing 3, so yeah, I don't know. It seems like if I could do a 1-for-1 swap, if I could build, say, another barony in Dublin, which would cost 700 gold, building new holdings is not cheap, then maybe I would try and lessen that by, say, giving him Moray or something, like giving him one of those titles, and eventually maybe giving him effectively the whole duchy. Because if you can not have vassals that are pissed off at you, that's always useful. Anyway, we will... Let's see. Oh, another message. The local noble... where are we? The local noble, I guess this is the one we dug up the dirt on. Mayor Walter of Carrickfergus tried to silence me by sending some thugs to kill me. Luckily, I managed to get away. I'll go ahead and spread the rumour about his corruption and destroy his reputation. I don't really... I mean, I think destroying the reputation of the mayor of Carrickfergus is probably not going to do me a lot of good. Really, I should have... I can't reassign him until, God, September. That's a couple of months. Oh, hello. Hey, Civil Wars! A war against the tyranny of Queen... How do you even say her name? Saethrith? I'm not actually sure. Probably something along those lines, yeah. Queen Saethrith. So do we have any wars we could press at the moment? Is there anything else I can do? Let's see. I think you go to the ledger for that, don't you? Let's see. Realm levies, religions, characters... I am sure there's a page that lets you see claims. Possible inheritances, our titles, our claimants. Let's see. Scotland 2, which isn't created at the moment. Kingdom of Denmark. Apparently we could try and press a claim on the Kingdom of Denmark. But I think we're actually allied still with Denmark at the moment, so that would be massive negative prestige for trying that. Kingdom of Sicily. Of course, because we married into Sicily. Barony of Andex. I don't think we're much interested in a French barony. Barony of Tafalla, wherever that is. Which, I guess that's in... Oh, okay, Navarra, of all places. Yeah, we could. I mean, Sicily's the only feasible one at the moment. Let's see. Oh, no, it's not even giving me a valid casus belli. Even though... I think that... Is that just claims in my court, then? Am I looking at the wrong ledger page? Maybe? Maybe I'm just getting horribly confused. Oh, I could have just clicked... Because it's the last page. Never mind. Does that just show me claimants in my court? But if it does, I don't know. Apparently I can't go to war for those titles, and that's the only one I might conceivably go to war for. And of course there's York, but I can't press that claim because we're still. She's at war with England. France rather. Well, she is the Queen of England. Wow, that would be yeah. But that is she's on side with the Holy Roman Emperor, so that's a war between France and the HRE. And Bourbon's broken free of Castile. Interesting. We'll see how long that lasts. Yeah, I don't know. I could just wrap up the episode here because we're getting on for 40 minutes anyway. We'll see. I think I'll have to, in the meantime, between now and the next episode, just think of what to do in the next episode because there's nothing immediately obvious at the moment. We do have another English county, which of course puts us one step closer to our glorious goal of Britannia. 66%, 44 out of 67. I think the magic number I calculated was 53. So it's now less than 10 more. So, Northumberland, York, the rest of Gloucester, that might do it actually. Those 3 duchies. But whether King Edinfed will still be alive for that, I don't know. Anyway, yes, so we'll come back to this next time. It might be pressing more claims on England. We might turn our eyes towards Finland. I'm not sure yet. But either way, we'll see next time. So I hope you've enjoyed this episode. And if you have, you can hit the like button. You can leave any comments and suggestions below. I do try and read them all. And of course, if you haven't already, you can sub to the channel and go and check out the playlist and see more CK2 goodness and other bits and pieces of Paradox games that I've played, like EU4, and I'm trying to think what else I've done videos of. I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, I guess all that's left for me to say now is, and as always, stay tuned for more.